just to whichever one wants to answer first about the start here tonight and the emotions you all are going through as a team in the room, and just how you responded from the start forward.
Yeah, I mean it's a tough day anytime you see teammates leave. You know, especially some of the guys been here a long time with some of those guys. Emotional day. Tough as a team when you see, you know, good players leave, obviously. So yeah, emotional day for the team, but can't let that creep into your game. And I thought it did a little bit at the beginning. It wasn't the cleanest game we've ever played, but overall put up a good fight, take it to overtime. We'll get better from it next game.
And Jake, just if you could talk about your goal and the patience that you used on that goal, what you saw, how that all developed for you, how big that was to the guys at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we focus on trying to get pucks to the net, and we do well when we got guys in front. And you saw it on that goal. There was a beautiful screen. I thought it was Larkin, but I guess it was Perron. So we say a good job to the guys when they get in front. We want them to be in front. It makes it easier to get pucks at the net.
And how important is it for you guys? Dylan was talking earlier today about not just going out there and throwing your sticks down, that to still make the most of the remaining games, even as Steve has made some moves.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're kind of dead in the water. They're still right in the mix. I think it's important not just for this year to continue to play and make a push, but for building towards next year and the years after. Playing games that matter is important, especially for young guys that haven't experienced the intensity that can bring. Nothing really changes. Yeah, we've seen some good players leave, but I think the message stays the same, that these games matter for us, and we're trying to win and fight for points every single night. So there's no throwing our sticks out there. It's still game on for us.
Jake, what impresses you about Berber and Sedina, that goal they paired up on, how they've played overall?
Yeah, they definitely give us a spark when they're out there. So when they play their game, they're hard to stop. And like Benny said, I think these types of games are good for young guys and guys that we're trying to build with. And we kind of talked about it in the room. Every game for us right now is a playoff game. You know, stuff happens outside the rink that we can't control, but we're playing hard. We're not giving up. So this is a good experience for everybody, and it's a good challenge for us.
How about just the importance of, you know, not letting it get out of hand? They went up 3-1 in the first, but not letting it get out of hand like it had the previous 2 nights in Ottawa.
Yeah, stuff happens. I mean, not every game is perfect, and we try to play a full 60, and we can't worry about what happens. We just got to play our game, and yeah, I think we found ourselves sitting back a little bit on those couple goals, so got back to our game, and we were lucky. We were fortunate enough to get back into it, and I think that's a testament to the guys playing hard.
Both of you guys have signed on to be here long term. I guess I'm just curious, kind of what encourages you about the picture direction of the franchise?
Well, I think we have a lot of faith in Steve and what he's building. He's got, you know, obviously a track record in Tampa Bay. So I think there's a lot of faith in him, and you know, it's a lot of draft picks that he's gotten, but you know what, that doesn't necessarily mean that they just become draft picks. They can be turned into players and other things. So I think there's obviously a long-term plan in place here, and I think Steve's just sticking to it.
Yeah, like Benny said, I think there's a lot to be excited with the Red Wings. We have a good base going forward, and we got guys here starting last year when I came in, and I kind of found that we have the guys that want to win, and especially the leadership group, Larks. Those guys lead from example, and it's a good building stone. So those guys that we lost, Bert and Phil, those are great teammates. They were. I think every team would want to have those guys on their team, but we got to build what we got, and I think there's a plan in place, and we're looking forward. There's a lot of excitement.
This time of year, when it comes to, you've both been traded in your careers, you've both been on teams that have guys. What's the focus like now? Is it just trying to completely block everything out from the outside? What's that like as a player at this time of year?
I think you still have a job to do. You still show up and play hard and do what you're asked to do. I don't think it changes anything for anyone in the room, to be honest. Everyone still has to show up and do what they're asked and do it to the best of their abilities. There's no, you know, just kind of packing it in. It's, you still have a job to do.
And News, I know you've got a feel for your team and everything. What was your feel today on the bench, in the locker room, and especially at that start?
Yeah, I guess all in all, probably a pretty good point considering the emotions of today, and then to be down 3-1. Just lacked a little urgency early on, gave them some easy offense. But I thought at 3-1, I liked our game. We had some pushback, we had some zone time. Obviously, we created some offense. Tough read in that, you know, a slow start got us in the hole, but I thought we played a fairly good game. So again, everything considering over the last 24, 48, 72 hours, I don't care who you are, we've lost 2 top 6 forwards and a top 4 D. I thought our guys responded pretty well tonight.
How important is it for Jake Walman to continue to assert himself the way that he seems to be doing?
Yeah, just playing with that urgency, and obviously he's such a good skater. He's quick in areas. Again, I've kind of been preaching this same thing all year. Love the goal. Ended up being the 4th goal that got us the point, but I love his urgency in the D zone, how he's playing to get stops and jumping his checks in the D zone and limiting time in the zone.
Jared, what was the key to not letting this one get out of hand?
I think the guys, I give this group credit all year. They push back, they fight back. I mean, we've got some games on our resume. We've come back from 3, 4. This one was 2. I thought we did it the right way. I thought our team game just improved, and we slowly pecked away at 3-1. You know, and some the tough timing goals. You know, we kill 2 penalties, then they score shortly after, and then they score 4 seconds left in the overtime, which we did a really good job on the kill.
Do you like the chemistry between Berger and Sedina? That was some nice work by Sedina.
Yeah. I have to watch it back. Obviously, their fingerprints were all over a goal against early on, where they got structurally out of position there. So, yeah, I mean, obviously a nice goal. I have to watch back more.
Ernie gave you a spark there, physically and with the goal.
Love the fight, love the physical part of the game. Predictable hockey. Trusted that line. They were good. Did a good job. That's a deep team. They're 3 legit lines, true checking 4th line. They're built to win now. You know, it's a playoff team, and sometimes it may create some issues matchup-wise, but not the way Suter, Ernie, Sonny were tonight. So, yeah, good job by Ernie.
Is that human element something that people from the outside overlook during this
100%.
whole trade frenzy? I mean,
100%.
you lose
This
not
was-
only 2 key players, but
like,
2 friends that these guys have gone to battle.
It's 100%. That's a great question. You know, people, I don't expect them to understand it. They're not in the room. You know, we lose key pieces, but it was an emotional morning. I think the guys were taken by surprise, or just the way it shook down. You can never predict the trade deadline, and the fact it happened when everyone was in the room today. Guys were emotional. You saw Dylan in his press conference, but you know, it started with losing Rass, and then obviously Hronek. So, yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, and I give our guys credit for fighting through that.
Is he all good at
I think so. I'd have to see. You know, we'll get the post-game report. I see he was favoring a little bit, moving it a little bit on the bench, but you know, we'll see post-game.